Welcome back to my channel. I hope you're well. So it's time for my first favourites of 2017. So if you want to see a bit of a run through of some of the products, mostly makeup, but there's a couple of fashion things in there as well that I've been loving over the month of January. Yes, we're well into February now. It's kind of scary. Holy crap. But anyway, if you want to see my favourites for January, just keep watching. So I'll start off with the fashion bits. I say fashion loosely because I'm not very fashionable and I'm not built for fashion, but I do enjoy it and I like buying clothes. Although I have no clothes here, there's a pair of shoes and a bag. But my first thing is this backpack that I should have closed, sorry, from Zara. I bought this in the sale. It was reduced from, I believe, 40 quid, and I think I got it for 30. So it's a faux leather backpack with gold hardware, and it has a flap on the front, and then it has two separate compartments. So you have like a smaller compartment in the front and then a huge compartment in the back with a place to put like I suppose you could put cards in here. I'd probably put cash and stuff like that as well, but it's humongous. But and as like I have stuff in it, but like it's barely full. But I bought this because I am a bit of a child when it comes to carrying bags. So I originally had a Michael Kors handbag, like a big kind of everyday one, and I ended up selling it because I kind of grew out of it, but also I just wasn't using it. So I sold that, and now I've just left kind of little bags, which are grand, but if you want to kind of go out for the day and put all your bits and bobs and everything else into a bag, you kind of need something bigger. So I thought I would get this because I can put it on my back and kind of forget about it, because I find bags quite cumbersome. So that's why I usually have like crossbodies, but if I wanted a bigger bag, I didn't want to be carrying a crossbody because I thought it'd be a bit awkward. So far so good. I don't use it all the time, but definitely if I know I'm going to be out and about for a long period of time, I will throw everything I need in this, and it means that I can kind of keep earphones, and I have like a battery charger for my phone and stuff like that. So yeah, it's actually really nice. I'm really happy with it. It's a little bit bigger than I thought it was going to be, but it looks grand. Like, I'm not a small girl. Although I was getting slagged. I was in Penny's a couple of weeks ago, and two lads, probably about 16 or 17, were behind me, and they were saying, I love your school bag, missus," which was, number one, made me feel old, and number two, it's not a school bag, it's a backpack, right? Anyway, but yeah, I've been loving this, and I kind of got it at the start of January, so I've been using it through January. And then my next favourite were a present from John for Christmas. I actually bought him these as well, which is kind of sad. We're together 13 years, it's bound to happen. But it's black Converse, but the boot version. I have a pair of navy, like the runner version, and I've worn them to death. So I've wanted these for ages, and I kind of just never splurged on them, so he bought me them for Christmas. And I find these more comfortable than the runner version. They don't rub as much. I find the runner version kind of rub your little toes after a while, and I find these a little bit more comfortable, and I feel very cool when I wear them. So I was very happy to get these, and I've been wearing them more or less non-stop throughout January. Then my last fashion favourite is a watch. And again, this was a gift from John, but it was kind of like a funny, like, haha present. It's this watch from ASOS. It has this like faux crocodile brown strap and like rose gold features on the face. And he bought me this because I have a couple of watches. I have a Marc Jacobs and an Accurist. I wear the Accurist the most, but the batteries went in both of them, and I haven't attempted to go and get them changed at all. So he bought me this as in like to kind of tide me over until I bother my bum to go to the jewellers and get them fixed. Like, it was under 20 quid, but I put it on a Christmas day, and I've been wearing it ever since, and it's doing a good job. Obviously it doesn't feel as nice and weighty as a more expensive watch, but I'm really liking it, and it's holding up pretty well as well. So yeah, really liking this. So my next favourite is something that I haven't really raved about or spoken about much. It's the Kaylin Dissolve It Makeup Melt Cleansing Balm, and I'm adding it in because it's completely empty. I've used, if I can open it, I've used every single bit of it, and yeah, it's been kind of underrated in my skincare. I suppose it didn't wow me because it didn't make my skin feel a certain way, or I didn't feel luxurious like afterwards. But when you put it on, it goes on like a balm, and then you rub it into your hands and it turns into an oil, and it takes off every scrap of makeup. And I wear waterproof mascara every day, so it takes off that. And I will say, like, it can kind of, it doesn't irritate your eyes, but it can kind of leave a film over your eyes, so you can feel a bit blurry after like washing and drying your face. But it doesn't irritate, or it hasn't irritated my skin or anything like that. And I don't know why I haven't spoken about it more, because it did a really good job. I just I suppose I just took it for granted a bit, so I thought it deserved an honourable mention in my January favourites, because I used every screed of it and it works really, really well. All the rest of my favourites are makeup related. So the first one is this Isadora, which is looking a bit battered because I've been using it constantly. It's the matte fixing powder. It's a transparent powder. It doesn't look very exciting, but it does a really damn good job at keeping the oil at bay. I usually use a loose powder. I'm more of a loose powder gal. I find that it kind of just helps set my makeup better because I'm quite oily, especially in the T-zone. But I've been finding this does a really, really good job, and I've been using it over the loose powder just because it's less messy, because obviously it's in compact form. The first ingredients are talc and silica. So yeah, obviously they're going to absorb the oils in your face. I haven't found it to be like irritating or anything like that. It does a really nice job, and it's quite soft on the skin, and it does slightly blur, not majorly, but like I have a lot of large pores in my nose and stuff, and if like I haven't buffed in enough with the foundation brush, I find this kind of does a really good job of kind of melting over and blending everything in really, really nicely. And it's great for touching up as well, because it doesn't look cakey or crusty on the skin or anything like that. But I've been using this non-stop in January, so I thought I would add it in because I really, really like it. So for Christmas, I asked John to buy me the Zoeva Plaisir set. I think that's how you pronounce it. But it's basically 3 Zoeva eyeshadow palettes. You can buy them all separately, but in the Plaisir, I'm butchering that name, but in the set they come as like a box of chocolates. They're really prettily packaged, and yeah, they come together, and they're a little bit cheaper if you buy the 3 together, although like they're only like 23 quid each. But the one I've been using them all, but I think the one I reach for the most is the Blanc Fusion. So it looks a bit like this. It has like, this is right up my street. Like, I'm a bit more comfortable with cool tones, but this kind of gives me the best of both worlds, because a couple of them have a little bit of a cooler undertone, and a couple of them have a bit of a warmer undertone. Like there's Sweetness Linger, which is like a cooler toned taupe colour, which is kind of my signature eyeshadow. It's a shadow I always gravitate towards. The yellow is a bit scary, but I have kind of used it under the lash line and stuff like that. But the rest of the shades I get so much use out of, especially the bottom row. And these are great for just like a neutral eye, or for adding definition, or smoking out stuff. But yeah, I just thought I'd add this one in particularly because I think this is the one I reach for the most, and I've been getting a lot of use out of it for the month of January. My second to last favourite is something I talk about all the time. If you follow me on social media, you're probably sick of listening to me talk about the Rimmel Exaggerate lip liners, but I just wanted to add 2 of them in. I have a few because I really, really like the formula, but these 2, I have one of them, I have Addiction on my lips now. I wear these constantly, whether it be under a lipstick or on their own. I have Addiction and East End Snob, and I continuously buy these over and over again because I really, really like them. The formula is really soft, so they do tend to break, but it means a smoother like application, and it's easier to kind of overline your lips a little bit. Why am I doing this? I don't know. That wasn't meant to be inverted commas, but they do a really good job. You can slightly overline your lips and kind of even out your lip line. East End Snob, I think, is a good dupe. I say that lightly because I don't really like the word dupe, but a good alternative to Pillow Talk by Charlotte Tilbury if you don't want to splash the cash. It's a little bit pinker in tone, but I really, really like it. It's lovely. Addiction is the great kind of 90s brown without kind of going overboard, because it has like a bit of a mauve undertone to it as well. But I just bloody love these and reach for them constantly, so I think they deserved a spot in my January favourites. And then my very last favourite is something that I buy all the time, and I don't know, it probably was in my favourites before, I can't really remember, but it's the MAC Extended Play Lash. I tend to repurchase this at Christmas time because my brother gives me a Brown Thomas voucher every year, so I stock up and buy a tube of this. I use it only for my bottom lashes. It's grand for your top, it just doesn't do what I want it to do to my top lashes, but for my bottom lashes it's really elongating, it's really separating, it's voluminous, and it has a teeny tiny brush, so it's really good to kind of get really in and work into the lashes because I don't have the best bottom lashes. But the great thing about it is it doesn't budge. Once it's there, it doesn't smudge, it doesn't flake or anything like that. It's not too much of a bitch to get off. You'll kind of need an oil cleanser to remove it, hence the kaolin. I use something like this to remove it. But I just can't say enough about this. I only purchase it every now and again just because it's a bit of a splurge to just buy an exclusive bottom lash mascara. But when I have it, I do just remember how much I love it. And it's really, really great. And that's it for my January favourites. I hope you had a brilliant start to the year, and I hope your February is even better. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you in my next video. Bye bye.